Good morning, everyone. It's Joni here at Joni's Journals. I'm on YouTube and I am also on Etsy, so please go check out my shop. It's Joni's Journals at Etsy.com. Today, I have a tag that I'm going to make for you, which I am hoping to fit into what I am calling my coroner's casebook. If you're following the collaboration on YouTube with Tracy Fox, Corey Dahman, and a lot of the other lovely ladies that are on Tracy's creative team, they're doing hashtag Creep on June. Tracy and Corey decided that we have Christmas in July, so why not have Halloween in June? And although I am not a participator in the collaboration, in the true sense of the word, I am doing it for myself, for fun. And I post a lot of things on the Tracy Fox Creative Facebook page. This is one of the things that I've been working on, and it's called the Coroner's Casebook. Since it's supposed to be a creepy collaboration, I've been doing my best to try to come up with little stories and things for the event. So I have my coroner's casebook, and there's my coroner. And I've been adding pages and tags and large specimen cards. And I've been trying out a few new techniques with crackle paint. For example, this one. There you go, you can see it a little bit better. My lighting is not great. And I've been adding them to this journal. Here I have my first page, which is a story about a batty piano teacher who murders people and then shoves piano keys in their mouth. A little bit morbid, perhaps. I create a lot of the stories on my own, and I also type up and print out these little story cards and for myself with my laptop. And I've developed some case pages which could be used as journal pages. And you can see here that I've used some of the circles that are part of the Halloween Mega Matchbox kit, which is on Love Junk Journals. And the kit is just abundant with the things that come with it. And the little punch circles are part of it. So I've used them here as page tabs. And I will just do a quick flip through. I developed the page, which can also be used for journaling, along with the case files. Out of my own imagination, I guess, is for lack of a better term. And what I did, once I printed out the pages, I sprayed them with vintage photo spray ink and then spritzed them with water. Of course, I use the distressed oxide, which creates these marvelous little spots, for lack of a better term. And it bleeds through the paper as well, which gives just an awesome effect on the back. To strengthen the edges, because, it is paper and I had to punch holes in it, rather than using reinforcements, I attached some washi tape to the edges of the pages, and then I punched my holes. Here's another page I created, which of course is glistening in the light. It's the witchy sisters who have come to cast a spell upon the coroner. There's some more journal pages. This is the back of the case page. Here's some more case file pages, which you can see I've done the same effects to them as well. And another one of my case pages. Costumed children picket outside the coroner's office demanding release of the Gloom sisters. Those would be the sisters who cast the spell upon the coroner's office. And here are a few of my tags. Well, this is actually a specimen file card, and you can see, hopefully, in the light, maybe if I bring her, I hope it's showing up, the crackle paint again to make them look like vintage photos. This is one of the little envelopes out of Tracy's kit. I just love this paper. This one is my favorite. It's the marbleized. I've added some stamping and a little moth and a tag. Whoops. Let's see if we can get this too. Oh, let me fix this light. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. You can see it says this side up, and on the back, I developed a little tag, I guess, which says ashes, and that's what's in our spooky little envelope. I decorated the inside of the journal with some of the ephemera from the Matchbox kit. And these are pages. I've actually used pages from Tracy's Dark Compendium kit, which goes along stupendously. The colors are exact. The images are almost the same. And it works well with the Halloween kit. This is another one of my coroner's pictures. Of course, they're two different people, but you know, with those witchy sisters and casting their moths, you'll never know what happens. I die cut a little tag and I stamped on it received. This moth is from Tracy's kit. These field labels are from Tim Holtz. Let's just tuck this back in here and get my specimen file. You can see this is another one of those cases that I've invented. Twin sisters separated at birth, found murdered together. I've used those little, I can never remember what they're called, but they're the little things, the little pins with the legs on them that open up. I use those to stud the corners. And on the back, you'll see this is some of the ephemera from Tracy's kit, the little skull and the gravestones. This is a Tim Holtz number label. Let's put this away for now. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. And this is the back of the coroner's casebook. Again, decorated with ephemera from Tracy Fox's Matchbox kit. And this moth, I've had a lot of inquiries about them. This is an embroidered moth. It comes from J. Lilo Studios on Etsy. And another look at the front. And what I have here for you today, and I'm hoping to do this nicely and in shot, I wanted to create a long tag, which may or may not become part of the coroner's casebook, although it would be kind of nice sticking out in the back. I don't know, we'll see. The tag itself is, let's use my little measuring mat here. Am I still in shot? Yes, I am. Yep. The tag is just a little over 8 inches tall. And it is, about a little over 4 inches wide. To save me the embarrassment of probably not getting it done properly and getting it done well, I've already inked the edges. The tag is created again with a sheet from the Dark Compendium kit, that's MK4. It's also known as. And I've triple layered it. You can't, of course, see, but in here I've added a heavyweight piece of white cardstock, and then I backed it with some craft cardstock. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the back yet, so I'm going to let that sit. If I decide to make any changes, it'll be posted on the Facebook group. So today's tag, the subject of, is going to be the coroner's wife. And she's one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls that I've coated with matte medium and then colored with distress crayons. This is a piece of ephemera from Tracy's kit, Burdock Blood Bitters. Pretty cool. And of course, what would the coroner's wife be without her dog? You see him? There you go. Oh, and I colored him with Vintage Photo. Even though he's basically supposed to be white, I just felt like a little bit of color, and especially a grungy one like the Vintage Photo would be perfect for this. This is one of Tracy's tombstones, which I've cut and inked the edges with the archival ink in jet black. What else do we have here? Oh, we have the little crow from Tracy's kit. My lighting is really bad, and I do apologize. Let me see if I move this a little closer. Maybe that would work. Perhaps we can move him a little bit over there. But anyway, that's one of the crows from Tracy's kit. My blurb that I created on my printer and printed out, the coroner's wife and her dog. It's simple, but it says it. And this is an image also from Tracy's kit, which I'm not really sure what it is, but it kind of reminds me of a combination between a bat and a cat. It's, I don't know, I'm using it as my sun or moon, I guess you could say. Well, let's get going. I've already developed an idea in my head of how I want to do this. I'm just hoping that it'll work out right. Okay, well, we're going to start with our sun. I'm using my PVA glue, which is in a pretty dirty Sugar Bell bottle. Add a little glue. I've already inked this as well in Distress Oxide in Ground Espresso. Mine is a little beat up, but there you go. Okay, we're going to add our little sun up here. And then I think we'll leave this for last. I want to be able to kind of space it out properly, but I don't know exactly where I want it, so I'm going to leave that piece for last. Let's see. I want to sit the coroner's wife on here, like so. But I also want to use the burdock blood bitters sign as sort of a resting space. Can't really have things just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't look right. And I think I'm going to place the dog there, of course, sitting at her feet. So now we need to figure out where we want to place the tombstone. And I want it to look like it's far away, but I also don't want it to be so far that it's kind of out of the picture. When I do my collages or make tags like this, I like to be sure that everything's kind of aesthetically pleasing. And I just feel like if things are floating out in space, they're not really joined together cohesively to create a pleasing setting for the eye. And I think my little raven will sit up here like this, which, by the way, is what the dog is keeping his eye on because he's protecting his mama. All right, so let's start by putting, I'll put this over here, do that when I get better situated. Let's start by putting our, well, if I can get a hold of it, our tombstone down. And I think we had it just about here. Yeah, okay. Let's put a little glue on the back of that. Okay. There we go. I don't know if you ladies have been watching. I shouldn't say ladies. That's a little bit presumptuous, assuming that the only people that are watching YouTube or watching me. Thank you. I now have 39 subscribers. Those of you who are hanging in there. My posts have been a little bit challenging, to say the least. And if you're actually hanging in there and watching what I'm doing, here's the raven. He's going to sit up here. I truly appreciate it. I'm between camera angles, my video that I released last week, I think it was Friday. After I videoed it, I realized that I was recording facing in the wrong direction. My daughter has since come home. Well, she came home after work on Friday and showed me how to correct the settings on my phone to make it look like, to make it easier for me to realize what direction my picture is actually facing in. So if I'm successful today and I post this, and I post it with sound, which is another situation, I hope it'll be facing in the right direction. All right, I'm just going to take a look at this and make sure that everything seems to be straight. It's a little bit off, but no one's going to shoot me. Okay, so now we have our raven and our tombstone. I was going to add something to the tombstone as well. Let me see if I can actually find it. Tracy has little bits in her kit. They are Rest in Peace. Let's see if it's in here. If it is, these are some of the other pieces of ephemera from the kit. That's a scrap. This is just absolutely wonderful. And I'm trying to, oh, here they are. I'm trying to develop a tag using these two pieces and, where is it? Oh, here it is. Whoop. Get a hold of it before I knock everything over. There's also a little heart. I use the heart as many of the other ladies have. I've used it when I created one of my matchboxes. Oh, see? I found them. Okay, we have, let's see if I can cut this out without making a mess out of it. It's kind of hard working on this angle. And it's not even so much an angle. I just find that the tripod gets in my way. If I'm going to get serious about this, I really need to purchase another, tripod or something that attaches to my work surface, my work table rather, that I can videotape with. I know they have them. I've seen them on Amazon. It's a light and a camera holder all in one. Let's get my, oh, lucky me. Found the black one first thing. I think we're going to add this. It says R.I.P. Rest in peace. And quite frankly, where else would the coroner's wife be taking a siesta but in the, there we go. I used my archival ink, jet black. I'm just going to toss this back over there. Where else would she be having her afternoon siesta with her little puppy dog but in a cemetery? I guess she's keeping track of her husband's past cases. Who knows? All right, let's put that right there. Whoops. Try to get it a little bit straighter. Oh, I think we've got it right under the raven's tail. Oh, try to get it in the middle. Oop, now it's crooked. That's why I work with PVA glue. You get just that little bit, there we go, see? You get just that little bit extra playtime. Okay, we'll put that on last. Let's see if we can figure out a good placement for the coroner's wife. We kind of want her to look, the folds in her dress, I kind of want her to look like she's sitting on the ground, not on the ground, but maybe in a seat. Let's see. Okay. If we put her down there, let's see, we can put the, no, because I want the flowers to show. All right, let's try this. There it looks like she's sitting on this line right here, so she's not floating in space. And I should have gotten it out. I wonder if I can reach it. And then I wanted to try to center that, well, not center it, but make it look like she's resting her feet on here. Okay. Let's try and get this up here. Okay, how about that? Right there. I wanted to show the tops of the flowers. because they are kind of spooky. And then her little doggy. What should we name him? Boo? Boo for ghosts. How's that? Whoop, moved her again. I think that'll work. All right, let me glue her down first, since she seems to be the primary source of my woes here. I've got a pretty good idea of where I want to place her. Okay, my glue gonna, of course not, because I didn't put the pin in. Put enough glue on the back of her to keep her stuck down, because the backs of these photos, even though I've used the matte medium, I didn't do it on the back. All right, where did we have her? Right about here, I think. And she's sitting on the words. She's probably going to be in the wrong place. Yes, she is. All right, we're going to slide her up a little. Now, before I do anything stupid, oh, look at that. I got her in just about the right spot. Okay, there's a little glue on here. Oh, that wasn't smart, Joni. I colored her using Distress crayons, which, let's see if I can actually put some of this color back now, because I forgot. And I wiped it off with my baby wipe. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's add the color back in. All right, that wasn't so much of a tragedy. Now, what I also did on her, as you can see, I used weathered wood. Oh, can you see that? There you go. But we had a dry cleaning business when I was little, and I also remember that people would bring in their old coats, and they would be these heavyweight coats. And inside of them, they usually had these beautiful satin linings that were always like faded into an awesome purple shade. So I just felt like I can hear her skirt rustling as she's moving around. And I kind of thought that she might have a little bit of a lining in there that's faded and purple. So along with the color of the weathered wood, I added some of my shimmery Hocus Pocus, just to give that little purple effect. And purple has become a color for Halloween as well. So I guess it fits into the scenario. All right, we've got Mrs. Coroner sitting down alongside the tombstone in the cemetery. Now, I think that my best bet to get Boo, her dog, placed properly alongside of her would be to add the little burdock blood bitters sign. There we go. Okay, I think that's straight. Oh yeah, look at me go. Two things that are straight. All in one day. Okay. And then here's little Boo, her dog. And we'll add some glue to the back of Boo. Get plenty on there because I want him to stay stuck. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can get him to sit nicely now. There we go. That was kind of a little dog owner joke. Get your dog to sit. We have a dog. His name is Roger. I am not going to use the wipe again because that was a big mistake from last time. We'll just do our best to wipe the glue off. Okay. Well, there we go. We have the coroner. The coroner's wife, rather. What should we name her? How about Esther? She looks like an Esther. And her dog, Boo. And the tombstone and the raven. But now we have to add the tag label, or, well, the definition card to tell who she is and who she's with. Again, I create these on my own. I sit and type them up and play with the size of the words and such. All right, do we want it there? Yeah, because I think that if we put it right there, we can still see our cat, bat, moon, or sun, whichever you prefer. You can think of it however you like. Everybody has their own judgment of art. But we got it above the raven's head. And there we go. There's our little tag. Okay. And I might add some stamping to the back. I don't know yet. It's kind of boring. I hope that everybody's able to see this. Let me put it down there. Okay. Well, thank you for coming along. I promised that we would go back and we would work on our little matchbox with the, as you can see, it stayed stuck. If you watched my video Friday, I created this, well, I didn't create the spooky bottle on camera, but I created the little platter for it and inked up the little flower. And we were going to work on placing it inside the box as such, and we were going to decorate. And I stamped my bugs on Friday, which, by the way, I showed everyone the kit. There's my bug. Oop. There you go. I added, again, I've been playing, and I added Multimedia Matte by Ranger. It's a collage medium. And then I added the Distress Crackle Paint over the top. Well, first, let me get it straight. I colored these in with Tombow markers. I made a few there on the cover of the journal I also created, which I didn't bring with me to show everybody. But these are the colors I used. Tombows don't really have names. They have numbers. And my little, well, bug, I don't want to call it a ladybug because it's not that pretty, is colored with number 192, number 603, and I also used a little bit of 933. I don't know if you can really see it on the top of his head. After I finished all of it, I tried to make him look a little bit grungy and spooky like I've been doing with other things. And I added a little bit of my alcohol ink, which kind of drips into the crackle paint and fills the spaces. I believe I used caramel. It looks about that. If it's not caramel, then I used ginger. It's one of the two. Quite frankly, I really don't remember. But yeah, I said that we were going to decorate this box and add the little bug in. Let's see if I can, I don't know if that's going to show correctly, but I want to add the bug in. And I want to kind of put him like, hope you can see, put him on a little stand. I don't know, upside down or, yeah, I think upside down actually works better. Put him, I'm going to try and create a little sand. I use paper. This is not the heavier cardstock that I would normally use. And I bend it. Let's cut this off because that's a little bit distracting. I bend it and I attach it to the back. This is the only way I can think of to do it. Again, I bend the cardstock and I would glue it to the back of the bug, like so. So that he has like a little stand where he can sit in the box. Let's move the bottle because it's not working. Where he can sit in the box like so. I just haven't quite figured that part out yet. But I did promise we would do it on camera. And so if I can, I'll try to do it tomorrow. Okay. Well, thank you for coming along, and thank you for looking at my things. Again, the Coroner's Casebook, made for the hashtag Creep on June, part of the Tracy Fox Collaborative with a lot of other lovely ladies. And I hope you'll keep watching, like and subscribe. That would be awesome too. And thanks for coming. Have a lovely day or night. It depends on where you live. I communicate with a lot of people that live in Europe and Australia. And it's so confusing because I never know what time it is there. And I have to go on my phone and look at the international time. And this way I know if I'm talking to them at midnight or 5 in the morning. But anyway, everyone out there, all my lovely friends, have an awesome day. Like I said, day or night. And I will speak with you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.